ونعبد وصلي على رسول الكريم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. Good evening, everybody, and also I would like the public who is hearing my agony, mental agony, what had happened to me in Japan. We are in the hands of the mafias. Actually, what really happened was I was robbed, I was tortured, and I was in the hospital where I had to report the matter to my wife, and also where I did not get any consular assistance from the embassy. I would like to know what is the reason of having embassies abroad when the ambassador can't take proper action and support the victim. I am a victim. I lost nearly billions on my robbery, and I was hospitalized. I was in my crutches. I am having a permanent injuries. So what is the point in having an embassy if the ambassador doesn't come and give us a proper assistance? And even he never informed the Sri Lankan government and also the foreign ministry about my robbery and attempt to murder. The reason later I came to know was he was bought over by the mafia. So for the purpose of monetary gain. I came to know only later when my wife had already informed the president of Sri Lanka and also the foreign ministry. He sent a fax to Charlie Mahendran, who was an ambassador, who happens to be the father of the treasury bond fraud of Arjuna Mahendran, the central bank governor. So, what he had been, they said that the foreign ministry and the embassy, the president's office has mentioned, especially giving all the necessary assistance. And he writes back and says, Zulfik is a competent trickster. He has sold glass pieces, has gems. And he has a bad record in Japan. And also, the police have suspicion on him. And he has disgraced Sri Lanka's name. I wanted to know, I have been asking this question to answer me, where the foreign ministry was hiding the whole fact. They covered Charlie Mahendran. One day Charlie Mahendran came to the international gem and jewelry show which was held at Galadari Hotel. At that time he and his wife came and threatened me and said, Zulfik, you had already made complaints to the president, the prime minister. Nothing could happen. You can go to court, you can do whatever you want. Nothing will happen. So I wanted to know, Your Excellency, who is the president of Sri Lanka? That is Mr. Gotabaya, that's you. And who is the head of state? Mr. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, Excellency. So, I thank you, Your Excellency. You have taken all the trouble. I wrote letters after letters, so you have taken the trouble to get a special ombudsman. It was Mr. S.K. Vikram Singh. He has been writing letters after letters. Several letters. I spoke to him few weeks ago. He said, Doctor, don't worry. I started tearing because why are these people not replying your letter? Why don't they come out with the truth? Then later I appealed to His Excellency's advisor, Mr. Haris Gupta, Rohanadira. He had the sympathy towards me. He studied my whole case. I gave all the evidence, the letters. He also had mentioned to the Secretary of the Foreign Ministry. It was Ravinath Arya Singh and also to now the Secretary, Mr. Admiral Jagannath Kolambage. Why are they not replying the letters? Now this made me suspicious that you all are supporting Mahendra. Because Mahendran is a very powerful figure. Where in one of the Daily News newspaper, I found that the former Prime Minister, Mr. Honorable Ranil Wickremesinghe says, I won't protect ropes in the front page of the Daily News. So why did he protect Mahendras? What is the reason for him to protect Mahendra? Who is responsible in getting Arjuna Mahendran as a central bank governor? Now you see, there is a book exposed by Niwad Cabral, now governor of the central bank. He says the grade 1 scam cover-up, the mother of cover-ups, exposed by Ajit Cabral. Now you see his photograph, everything is there. Now I am going to expose the great cover-up by the foreign ministry. It is a disgrace for Sri Lanka. I'll be exposing the whole truth, and I'll be also getting a book written by me for the suffering I underwent for several years. Today, Sri Lanka lost in billions. At the moment, Sri Lanka is crying for foreign exchange. There is no foreign exchange. I want to help my motherland. I wrote letters to Mr. Jagannath Kolambage I congratulating him when he took over. Mr. Jagannath Kolambage was also known to me before he came as a secretary of the Foreign Ministry. I was a top sportsman, I was a well-known personality. One day he invited me when he was a commander of the Navy. As a sportsman, he wanted me to come to the Colors Night award ceremony for all the top sportsmen. Then immediately I asked him, where is this? He said, in Trincomalee. So why don't you come? I invite you to. I said, I can't come all the way. Immediately he told one of his officers of the Navy, he straight away, officer came to my place, my residence, and gave me the transport. And I went there. It was, the chief guest was Excellency Mahinda Rajapaksa, was the president at that time. So he was also there. Then after that we had, after the ceremony, we had a banquet dinner. So at that time, later after the dinner, Admiral Jagannath Kolambage gave me all the facilities to stay in the Navy resort at Trincomalee. So all those things were given. Later I came to know that he was brainwashed by Ravinath Arya Singh. The entire foreign ministry is against me because they are taking revenge. And I have brought it because I am a person, I won't give up until I die. Because it is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given me the power It is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saved my life. Today everybody was asking, Doctor, how do you escape? I said, it was the Creator. I asked and prostrated the Lord. I prayed and asked, Oh Lord, my Creator, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, cried to him and promised, only you can save me, nobody else. After my prayers, I asked permission from the mafia. They gave me the permission. After my prayers were over, I finished my prayers and I found all the mafias, the suspects, were fast asleep. Because I only asked my Lord, the Creator, cover their face, get me out of this room. So that is how I escaped. It is, everybody says it's a miracle. The miracle, who is the miracle? Miracle is the Lord who gave me all. But I know one day the truth will be coming to light. It is already come out. But the Secretary Ravinath Arya Singh and former Secretary Ravinath, and it was Columbagi who is covering it. And it was, there were Muslim officials like Sadiq, he also covered it. Then there were so many others, like there were 33 questions asked against Mahendran. They covered it also. So the truth has already come to light. So what is the point in hiding? One day you have to, by covering one person, the foreign ministry's name is completely tarnished. It is going internationally. Your Excellency, please, I am very sorry to hear my motherland's name is going to be tarnished. So I don't want that to happen. At the moment, there are a lot of problems going on in international human rights. Few months or few weeks, there will be an international conference in Geneva on human rights about Sri Lanka. So I am also trying now, everybody says, so many people are coming to asking me to, why don't you write a book like Niwat Kabral's? So now you see the paper Trend refers to unprofessional media gimmicks. Dr. Zulfiq accuses Admiral Columbagi of not acting on President's directive to probe his complaint. So now you see Charlie Mahendran, the ambassador who was involved in my robbery cover-up, and his son Atman. So what I want to say is, why it is, now I met Mr. G.L. Pires Honorable at a function. I told him, I want to do something for my country, and why don't you help me at the Zaira College? And when he was chief guest on a special occasion, and I met him and I told him it was, I am very happy to see you. It was God sent to meet you, because I have been trying to meet you but I couldn't. So I gave this Trend newspaper also, where his photograph is there, where it is stated, Zulfiq raises his missing files dilemma with the foreign ministry. G.L. Pires calls for a probe, and you see both photographs are there, mine and honorable. So I want to know what is happening. And there is another one, Dr. Zulfiq to the Ministry Acting Secretary Sadiq. You being a Muslim, why didn't you come out with the truth? It is a disgrace for the Muslim community. So you see another one where if you all can give all the assistance to Priyanath Kumar, who was one of the victims in the where he was murdered in Pakistan. What about me? You all have exposed everything in the newspaper. You all did not give me a chance, because Mahendran was involved, because the ambassador. So you all didn't want to come up. See, the Prime Minister of Pakistan is Honorable Imran Khan says, no mercy for Kumar's killers. So you see what have the politicians done to me? Why are you all covering it? Don't allow this to go to the international level. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I hope everything goes well, and I want the answer from Honorable G.L. Piri, the Minister of Foreign Affairs. You are responsible, and the secretaries and all the ambassadors who had gone. I want all the details and give it straight away to the President. Come out with the truth. Don't hide the truth. By telling a lie, everybody will have to pay for it. One day there is somebody watching. Think that there is somebody watching. But I am a God-fearing person. So I told Mr. Numal Pereira, who was the Deputy Minister at that time, I said, I am a God-fearing person. Will you please go into my matter? After I explained everything, he said, I am also God-fearing. He showed his Jesus Christ, the statue of, I am also God-fearing. And he immediately gave his secretary, Mr. Amunu Gama, to go into the matter and give a full report. I don't know what has happened to the report. I want to know all the reports. And Mr. Honorable G.L. Piri, come out with the truth. You are a gentleman, I know. But others have not come out with the truth. Thank you very much. Good night.